Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. You see, it is one thing when an opposition tells a government that your decisions are selective. Your decisions are not fair, they are selective. It is one thing when an opposition says that. It is one thing when journalists like us say it, that the government's decisions are selective. But it is a completely different thing when the Supreme Court of this country tells the government that why are your decisions selective. I'm going to talk to you about Bilkis Bano's case, and I'm going to talk to you about the Supreme Court's questions that they asked the Gujarat government. Let's get right into the show. The Supreme Court today asked a volley of questions to the Gujarat government. Questions that a lot of us have been asking for the last 1 year. The Supreme Court asked Gujarat government that, you see, out of all the people you have, all the people that were in jail, how come you selected the 11 people who raped a woman called Bilkis Bano, who raped this woman and killed her family members in front of her while raping her? How could you do that? How did you select these 11 people? In fact, the judge said that the Gujarat government is on thin ice as far as grant of premature remission release is concerned. The judge went on to say that the convicts' death penalty was commuted to life imprisonment. How could they be released after serving 14 years in such situation? Why other prisoners are not given the relief of release? Why were the culprits selectively given the benefit of the policies in this case? This was asked by Justice B.V. Nagaratna and Justice Ujjal Bhuyan. What I told you. Arey, itna jan tha, so many people here. How could you identify just those 11 people and gave them? A person who has raped a woman and murdered her family in front of her, how could you do that? I am constantly saying it is because I want you to imagine the act that these 11 people have done. Convicted. It is not accused. Convicted. What does it mean by a state government selecting these 11 people and giving them remission and saying that go home, enough? What does that mean? What message is the state government sending? The court further asked how far this rule, that is, giving a chance to hardened criminals to reform by releasing them after 14 years, is being applied on other prisoners. Why is this policy being applied selectively? Opportunity to reform and reintegrate should be given to all. How far is this being implemented? Why are our prisons overflowing? Give us the data. In a very simple term, the court is asking what we are thinking too. Why? A person who raped a woman, killed her family in front of her, and I am going to say this again and again, raped her and killed her family in front of her, you are allowing them to go. You set them free. 15 August 2022, after 14 years, where they were supposed to serve life. How many other prisoners have you done this to? Why? Reintegrating and all is only these 11 people deserve it. Others don't. People who have committed small crimes, people who have committed robbery, people who have committed murders, they don't deserve this. The rapist of a woman who killed her family in front of her deserves it. This is what the court asked. This is what the court asked. What the court is actually asking for is, why are you doing this? What is the reason? Like I told you before, what message are you trying to send to the community and to the society? The court also questioned on what basis the jail advisory committee was formed for Bilkis convicts, ordering the state to provide details. It also asked why the opinion of Godhra court was sought since the trial was not conducted there. Now, a very important point. You see, the trial was not conducted in Gujarat. The trial was conducted in Maharashtra. The judge who convicted these people were sitting in Maharashtra. The court that heard this case was sitting is in Maharashtra, and you are releasing those people in Gujarat? ये क्या बात हुई? Gujarat court was not even allowed to hear this case. You don't know what this case is. You don't know what the evidences are. You don't know what the judge was thinking. You don't know what the prosecution said. You don't know what the defense said. You don't know anything. On what basis did you give them remission? The court says, I want to see the data. I want to see your logic as to why these people were selected. In fact, Bilkis Banu's lawyer, Shobha Gupta, told the court that the Maharashtra state was not heard in this matter at all. The center has not even been made a party to this. The Supreme Court's order was only in relation to the application of convict Radhesham, while Gujarat's government gave exemption to all 11 convicts. The story is like this. Bilkis Banu's advocate says that, listen, you know what? Maharashtra court was not even consulted. The center was not consulted before releasing these people. Acha. Well, while I understand she is putting a point across, but the point is, are you telling me that the center didn't know that these 11 rapist murderers were being released? Kashmir to Kanyakumari, a common man knows that these 11 people were released. But center doesn't know, Baba. Center has no idea what this. Center was never told. What logic is this? And are we supposed to believe that if the center wanted, they couldn't stop it? If the center wanted, they couldn't put these people back in the prison where they belong? People who raped a woman and killed her family in front of her. These people couldn't have been put behind bars? This is sending a very, very wrong message to people in general and to one particular community in particular. It is sending a very wrong message. Because she was Bilkis Bano, is that the reason why her rapists are roaming scot-free? That question is bound to arise. That question is bound to arise. Now, let me tell you the larger story. Let me tell you the larger story of this. The larger story is, let's go to Madhya Pradesh. A 35-year-old man in Madhya Pradesh, a rape convict from Satna district in Madhya Pradesh, was released in 2021 following a sentence of remission. Same remission. This rapist was allowed to go, and you know what this rapist went and did? The rapist was caught again because this time around, this rapist went and raped a minor. He was convicted again. See, somewhere down the line, it's not just that the rapes are happening in our country. It is also the fact that we are seen as a country, as a government, who is not really bothered about rapes, who is not really bothered about protecting our women. Were we bothered about when those wrestlers sat outside in Jantar Mantar? Were we bothered about that? Were we bothered about when we sent that Ram Rahim, that fellow, that another rapist, convicted rapist, when that fellow is roaming around and enjoying his birthday party? He gets furlong like, some kind of a vacation. So he feels bored in the jail, then he goes, in fact, rather it is reverse. When he gets bored at home, then he goes to jail. And whenever he wants, at a drop of a hat, gets furlong. So literally, you are rewarding people who have raped, who are accused of sexual harassment in the case of that Brij Bhushan Charan Singh. Look at the way he's roaming around. Look at the way, nothing, no arrest, nothing. No arrest, nothing. Every time a rapist roams free in this country, believe me like I tell always, you are creating 100 other rapists. Because you are giving confidence to 100 other rapists saying that kuch nahi hota hai. India mein kuch nahi hota hai. 11 men raped a woman, killed her child, killed a member of her family while she was being raped. And those men were released. What law are we talking about? What is your GDP? What is your superpower? What is all this worth if you can't protect our own girl children? What is all of this worth? Please ask yourself. And if you find an answer, please write it down and let me also know. Because I don't see an answer to this. And believe me, yes, I am a little upset today and I have all the right to be. I have all the right to be because I believe a society that can't protect their own girl children is a society that doesn't deserve to be called as a civil society. I think I 100% believe in this. And the way we are going, we are reaching there. That's the point I wanted to make today. Thank you so much for listening to me. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.